Hey everyone, welcome back. It's nice to be back here again with you. So welcome back to all those who are returning. And if you're new here, you're very welcome too. My name is Gloria, and this is 1,000 Shades of Glow. On this channel, I deal with everything lifestyle. Guys, today I wanted to share a little bit of myself with you. I'm kind of putting myself out there in terms of my age. And I am 50 plus. I'm 50 plus. In fact, I am mid 50s. And I wanted to share with you a few of the lessons that I have learned and what I'm doing at this point in my life and what I feel is helping me or has helped me. Sometimes you go through life and then you arrive at a big age, like maybe 40, 50, 60, 70, and you start wishing, I wish somebody had told me this, or I wish somebody had talked to me about that. So there are some things that I wished I had known, but I didn't know. And so because I have learned my lessons, a few lessons, I thought it would be good to share them with you, and you can take what is helpful to you and leave the rest. So obviously 50 is a big number, but for me it was actually fun turning 50. I didn't feel it at first, but now I'm beginning to it's really sunk in that I am middle-aged and I'm loving it. I'm enjoying my life, but I've had to make some adjustments, and I have learned to incorporate new things, new routines, new mindsets. I have had to really do a reflection of my life and decide what is important and what is not. So the first thing that I have learned, lesson number one, is that I realized I needed to stabilize my life. Sometimes in life, we allow little things to creep in, little things that cause chaos and confusion and disorder, and you're just functioning and you're living your life every day, but there's a lot of disorder and chaos. And we just kind of carry that with us and we think it's normal, and it's not. So I have decided that I was going to eliminate anything that was chaotic, anything that was causing stress in my life, anything that was disorderly, anything that was causing my life to kind of feel a bit tilted and anxiety and all those things. I had to remove those things. And when I did that, number two, I had to clarify what's important to me. Because when you remove certain things out, you have to bring in new things to replace those things that you have removed from your life. So for me, I had to make some clarifications to myself of what was important to me, because sometimes we live life being told how we should live, what we should be. We enter these little boxes of people's expectations of us, and you feel like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, now I'm 50 and I can't do this. I can't go there. I can't be like this. You need to clarify to yourself, make some clear. You have to have a clarity on what you want, what works for you and what doesn't. And then what works for you, that's what you incorporate in your life, and you do it regardless of what other people think. Reflecting, clarification, and looking back in your past and the days that you have lived will help you to see what things were helpful to you, what things were not helpful, what worked and what did not work. So you need that kind of clarity and clarification. Number three, I have had to learn how to put up very strong boundaries, like really high boundaries. My boundaries right now are very, very high. And one of the things that I used to struggle with was saying no. I could say no to certain people, but the people that I love, who are close to me and who are in my circle, I didn't know how to say no to them. But I've realized that you also need to learn how to say no even to people that you love and care for. Because if you don't, then you will end up drained and depleted, and then you'll become resentful and you'll begin to resent those people. So I had to put up my boundaries, and I have learned to say, not now, not today. No, I can't do that. No, I can't go to that place with you. No, I can't come out right now. Yeah, I've realized that no is also a good answer. And even when you say no, you don't have to explain why you're saying no. You don't have to. Maybe you can explain to your children or maybe your partner or your spouse, but everybody does not need an explanation as to why you say no. No should be enough. And if those people don't respect your boundaries, then you know where they belong. All right? Yeah, so boundaries for me, I've had to really fortify. I had boundaries, but I realized that they had been a lot of them had been broken down over the years. So I had to fortify them again. I made sure that my boundaries are high enough and strong enough. Number 4, I've really learned how to get out of toxic spaces. Now, we talk a lot about toxic people, toxic relationships, but spaces can be toxic too. You know, places like workplaces, churches. Yeah, as a person of faith, I've realized that even places like churches can be toxic. Different spaces can be toxic because you have people who gather in those places that bring a different energy. They carry certain energies, and even when you're not interacting to them one by one, they kind of affect a lot of things in the same space if they're in the same space as you, and that is going to affect you one way or another. So I have learned to get out of toxic spaces. Number 5, I have learned to put myself first. I am the kind of person that loves people. I am a person who loves people. I'm a people person. And I realize that sometimes I show up for people much more than maybe I'm showing up for me. My mom used to tell me when I was like my late teens to early 20s, my mom told me, you love people, and sometimes you love people a little bit too much, and sometimes you love people more than they love you. And I did not understand what she was telling me, but I've come to look back now at my age and realize that there have been times when I put people ahead of myself. I invested myself for people. I poured myself out. I was that girl who would come out in the middle of the night for people. I showed up for people 100%, and sometimes I neglected me. Okay? I neglected me, and I'm learning to adjust. I've learned to adjust that. I've learned to correct that. I have brought Gloria from the back of the queue now, and I've put myself at the front. Because if I cannot show up for myself 100%, I will not be able to show up for people. I will not be able to show up for my children, for my family, for my friends. So I have learned that it's okay for me to put myself first. I've learned it's okay to privilege myself and to give myself first dibs. All right. I was having a conversation with my children the other day, and I said, I know you're all my children, but I'm also somebody's child. Number 6, I have learned that there is no wholeness without balance. Now, what I mean by this is that sometimes we focus on certain things too much to the detriment of other things. Sometimes you focus maybe on work, and then you find that your personal life is suffering or family life is suffering. And now you have a tilted life. Your life is tilting heavily to one side. And that is going to destabilize and cause disequilibrium in your life. There's no equilibrium or balance if you're just focusing on one area of your life. You need to balance everything. Learn to balance. And if you cannot balance, then maybe you need to push some things to go so you can deal with what you can deal with. But there has to be a good balance in your life. If you don't have balance in your life, you're unwell and you're sick. You may not be physically sick, but you will be sick emotionally, mentally. You will be sick because there's no balance. So learning to balance. And if something is too much for you and you can't do it and you find you can't do it, just let it slide. Let somebody else do it. You don't have to do everything. You do not have to do everything. thing. Okay. Number 7, age is just a number. Okay. Age is just a number. Don't get too caught up in the numbers. Don't let the numbers intimidate you, and don't allow people to tell you what you should or should not do at your age. Don't allow biases and prejudices in regards to age to dictate to you what you should do. And don't allow people to tell you, oh, you're too old to do that. No, you live your life and enjoy your life. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a number. So hopefully, I have helped somebody with a little bit of wisdom here and there. Yeah, and if you have not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Leave me a comment, give us a like, and until next time, guys, God bless you and ciao. Ciao.